I wanted to share with you the comedian's perspective and the comedian's review of Chris D'Elia's No Pain. What is up? Welcome back. I don't do that. Welcome back to the Hot Breath Comedy Network. I'm comedian Joel Byars, and I recently did a review of Louis C.K.'s new comedy special, Sincerely, and a lot of you appreciated the perspective from a comedian when looking at these comedy specials. A lot of these videos I'm seeing on YouTube are more of just like people that watch with the uneducated eyes. So I wanted to share my expertise with 10 years in comedy and over 200 interviews with professional comedians, all on my Hot Breath podcast and on this YouTube channel as well. I wanted to share with you the comedian's perspective and the comedian's review of Chris D'Elia's No Pain. So this special is a master class in the art of smiling on stage. Unless your energy is authentically you angry, kind of more curmudgeon on stage, like a Lewis Black, and that's great. It works for him because it's true to him. It's authentically him. He's not playing a facade. That is part of who Lewis is. But you can even see in this clip that he accents his anger with a wry smile, almost to let the audience know, hey, we're still playing here. We're still on this together. And in Chris D'Elia's new special, he not only accents his punchlines with smiles, he'll even go as far as to actually laugh at moments. When you watch the special, you'll see there are a lot of moments where he's actually laughing on stage, or he'll say a punchline, and then the smile is almost like a tag to that punchline. And it's very important, and that's a big thing young comics overlook, is the power of smiling on stage. People want to laugh at people they like, which is even why you see moments where Chris is physically laughing. He's almost just like, ha, 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 and then the audience is more likely to laugh as well. He's not going, ha, ha, ha. He's actually making...
Dude, it's so funny, man.
But the whole overall special is a masterclass in physical stand-up comedy and just how important and powerful it can be to add that new dimension. Seinfeld said the first 10 years of his comedy, he was only performing from his chin to his nose. So for like 10 years, all his comedy was just coming from his mouth and his writing. But when you add the physical dimension to your comedy, which is what Chris D'Elia does, there's moments where you're like, it's not even he's saying anything that overwhelmingly funny from a mathematical sense. When you look at the math of comedy writing, you're like, that joke doesn't add up mathematically, but it's how he's saying it. It's how much he believes in what he's saying, which makes the audience then believe, which then makes the audience laugh. And they laugh a lot. And what's interesting about Chris's special is a lot of the times you're seeing in these comedy specials the big sweeping crane shots over the audience, and then like a comedian making a joke about women, and then it cuts to a tight shot of women in the audience. It's very choreographed that way. But with Chris's special, there are no cuts to the audience. It's really Chris the entire time. Sometimes there's some shots from like backstage where you just see he's in a huge theater, just a little minor flex there, just to let people know that, you know, he's out here. Out chair? Out chair. But overall, it's all on Chris. And that's because his face tells the whole story. He really, really, really puts on a masterclass when it comes to the smile on stage, the physical presence on stage. And even if we take it to another layer, the smile is one thing, but his eyebrows, another aspect of the physicality he brings to the stage. Beyond his expressions and his exaggerations physically, his face alone, you can just learn from watching just his face. And his eyebrows are another powerful tool he will use during the special. And what's interesting is I just did an interview with the joke doctor, Jerry Corley, who has written jokes for Jay Leno, Bill Hicks, Chris Rock, and I'll link that in the description, and it's also in this card right here, whichever side it pops up on. But he talks about working with George Carlin, and the advice George Carlin gave him was to raise the bridge. So that was even a difference between if you say something like this versus when you say something like this. So raising the bridge means raise your eyebrows. And you can even see how Chris uses the tool, the instrument of his face, to where there's moments in this special you don't even need to hear what he's saying. You can watch it without audio, and it's just as funny. And that's a good filter to put your material through as a comedian, is how is this material coming off? A lot of times we get stuck in the verbiage and the math of comedy and what am I saying? But a lot of the times it can be how you're saying it as well. And how Chris D'Elia says his jokes in the comedy special No Pain. I think it's a must watch. I think it's a must watch. Sorry, that's my liberal arts degree coming out. But I think it's a must watch for comedians looking to add physicality to their performances. I don't care if you're doing a 5-minute set at a coffee shop where it's the barista and the host and that's all that's at the show, or you're getting ready to film your own comedy special. You can always be learning and using the instrument of your body to add a new dimension and a new layer of laughter to your comedy. So that being said, yeah, I hate everything. Yep, I'm looking at my notes right now. Yep, that was a good one. That was a good review right there. I'm feeling good about these reviews. I did one on Louis C.K.'s and now Chris D'Elia's. Let me know in the comments what special you would like me to review. New or old? Famous or not famous? Let me know what kind of specials you'd like to see me starting to review on here. Please do subscribe if you find this information helpful. This whole show, this whole channel is all about helping you learn comedy from the pros. So subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll see you out there, Hot Breathiverse. Out there. Where's out there? I don't know. This is only my second one. All right, I'm getting better, okay? But thanks for watching. Smile. Hey, Hot Brethren and Sistren. If you love comedy as much as we do here at Hot Breath, click the subscribe button to join the Hot Breathiverse, and then watch more videos to get even more comedy tips.